So if you're out there shopping for a recliner today, you're obviously looking for comfort, you may be looking for style. Both can be had. As you see here, we've chosen a chair that probably doesn't look like what most of you think a lazy boy looks like. But it is very important that you do get comfort. In 1927, when the recliner was first made, the first recliner ever, the idea was comfort. It had the ability to recline just like this chair here. And it was a lazy boy, in case you're wondering. Lazy boy was the first in the industry with a recliner. And so the beauty is we have a lot of patents, a lot of things that are different, like the fact that I can recline that back without putting the footrest out. It's the only one that can do that. So, if you're out searching for a recliner, comfort is key. And to be comfortable in a recliner, it actually has to fit you and your body. That's why Lazy Boy makes over 50 recliners, different sizes, different shapes, to fit each individual. So today I'd like to teach you about the 5 pressure points. There are 5 points in your body that we as the experts look to fit you in a recliner. Pressure point number 1 is right here behind the head, and the head actually has to hit the recliner in a certain part. So right here where you see the crest of the chair, that's where the back of your neck should actually fit into your recliner. And if it doesn't, if the crest of your head fits right here, what happens is after about 15 minutes, your head's pushed forward and you start to get a headache. And so again, point number 1, it's gotta fit the back of your head properly. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with a headache and you're not gonna be so comfortable in your recliner. Second pressure point, right here at your shoulders. And so when you're sitting in your recliner and you start to recline back, whenever you start to go back in that chair, your shoulders should actually fall right there into that crevice. And what that does is that allows your shoulders to actually relax back. You can actually feel yourself relax back because your shoulders come back into this comfortable position instead of being scrunched forward. So that's point number 2. Your shoulders should fall into the crease. Number 3 is your lumbar. And now, while us guys, we love a big recliner because it's like the king's throne. Normally, if we have that big chair, our lumbar is not even touching the back right here. We're not getting any support. And 80% of the reason that people go to see the doctor these days is because of back pain. In a Lazy Boy recliner, you want your lumbar firm right here. And the beauty of a Lazy Boy is that when you actually recline, you'll notice that this back stays right there with it. Lazy Boy does not actually break away. It moves like this, keeping your lumbar. So when you choose the chair that fits your lumbar the best, you're gonna have a comfortable experience. Pressure point number 4, the knee. And most people don't realize that right on the back of your knee, you actually have a pressure point that if it's cuts off circulation to the lower half of your leg. And so whenever you're choosing a recliner, you don't want one that's too deep. You want one that's fitting the back of your knee where your knee can actually take a 90-degree angle straight down, and so you're not feeling pressure right here at that back portion. And point number 5, your feet. Your feet actually need to be on the floor. Number 1, it's a rocker recliner. If your feet are on the floor, you can't rock. But more importantly, if your feet are dangling there, you know what's gonna happen. The blood circulation is gonna be cut off, and then you forget and you get up to walk and you can't walk. And that takes the comfort right out of it. So the last tip I want to give you today, and a common misconception, is where should your heels be? Well, you don't want the footrest halfway up your calf because that's going to put too much pressure on your calf. Also, you do not want your heels on the footrest. Just like this chair here with Raquel, you want your heels to actually fall off. For those of you out there who have a non-reclining sofa and you put your feet up on the coffee table, it's not comfortable. It starts hurting after just a few minutes. I know because I've done it. So in a recliner, you do actually want your heels to fall off the end, and that is proper. You get a recliner for comfort. And so when you're going out and you're choosing that recliner, make sure you consider these 5 points. Number 1, where your head hits, back of your neck should hit the crest of the back. Number 2, shoulders should fall right into the crease whenever you recline back. Number 3, make sure your back's getting good lumbar support. That's where most people have their pain. Probably the primary and most important part to make sure it fits properly. Number 4, the knees. You don't want a chair that's too deep, otherwise you're gonna cut off circulation. And lastly, feet need to hit the full floor so that you are able to rock and so that your feet don't lose that circulation. And these 5 points are very important to your comfort. So next time you shop at a Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries here in the Southeast, come on in. We're happy to fit you properly to your recliner.